Hey, what's up everybody? It's Stacy Storino. Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for entrepreneurs who want their content marketing to convert content consumers into paying customers. Now, if you're like, Stacy, what exactly can I do to create a sense of community while also establishing my brand as a professional coach so that my platform overall and my presence on platforms from YouTube to social media all grow big because my community of supporters keeps growing bigger, which means that my business-based conversions should be growing bigger and better too. Well, hang tight. That's why I created this video about how to build a professional coaching platform. But wait, before we go any further, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get the help that entrepreneurs like you need to succeed with content marketing that drives traffic to your business so that you can do more business. I recently did a video entitled How to Upgrade Your Professional Coaching Brand, and in it, I discussed some advice I'd give you to create a branded experience no matter where members of your niche encounter you so that they want to keep returning to the digital ecosystem that you create, stocked with both free and paid offerings so that you earn enough know, like, and trust from them to get sales. So if you haven't watched that video yet, be sure to check it out. That said, let's get more into the subject of how to build a professional coaching platform. Now look, borrowing from another business model that I've also coached people in so that you learn how to use this for yourself, I want you to consider what can take one to the verge of pro gamer glory. Now, you're not a pro gamer, very likely watching this, but stick with me here because this stuff is genius in terms of using it to further building your platform and its corresponding community of brand enthusiasts, whether you're a coach or not. Now, as writer Amy Hart from The Verge wrote in her article, How Online Slang Helps Turn Online Words into Communities, quote, there are certain communities that pick and choose words and morph them into something that only they'll be able to use, unquote. She goes on to write about how prominent gamers and streamers grow an audience that passes around the slang that often the pro gamers themselves create, further deepening the intellectual and emotional connection in that community of members that they have with one another, let alone the pro gamers themselves. In that same article, Miss Hart adds, quote, because of that audience, they can work in an almost collaborative manner to create new words that have come entirely from them, unquote. As I've discussed in a previous video in this series, how to build a coaching brand, you can explode your branded platform as you grow a community who isn't just loving the X factor that you bring to the table that's custom crafted for an ideal customer just like them with the more specific type of main pain point that they have. But if you can create something that they can share with other ideal customers just like them, then they do the recruiting for you, where they bring people into your digital ecosystem of content, into your groups and boards that you might maintain, into the comment threads on your posts, etc., all of which are awesome. People want to feel like they belong. And Miss Hart, in that very same article I quoted to earlier, concurs by adding that audience members have, quote, the need to be part of something by adopting the slang and using it as part of your own dialogue when playing with others. The human connection to others is great, whether you're playing with complete strangers and having a good time or with someone you already know. It fosters a sense of community, and isn't that what we all want? By adopting the same mannerisms and slang of the communities they are a part of, players achieve the ultimate prize, a place where they belong, unquote. I would definitely read Miss Hart's article if I were you. It's so interesting, and I'll be sure to reference it in the show notes down below. What does all this mean to you if you can't see it for yourself already? You're not a pro gamer, right? Well, I'll break it down right now. You need to think about members of your niche, what they have in common, what how they're more unique than the general population, what their specific pain point is that a business like yours has offerings to help them solve, and what dialogue they already tend to use with one another, and what you can use with communicating with them so that your communications, your content, both resonate with them all the more. Then they feel more bonded to you. It's like you're in their head. You get them and they love that. Who wouldn't? And it's easier for them to conclude that you truly understand them and their problem. But how to build a professional coaching platform even beyond that? Well, now it's time to talk about your slangy secret weapon. That's right. As the leader of your business's brand, as the creator of your coaching platform, and the community that slowly but surely is growing around it, one post at a time, that populates your digital ecosystem, well, it's up to you to take the lead and come up with your own insiders-only code words, slang, jargon, for the members of your community to use with you to use with them, and of course for them to use with one another in comments, in groups, and what have you. Why do you need to do this? You want people who are your ideal customers to feel like they're part of a community that is different from the others, that they're in a place that they can belong to, and then they'll be more likely to recruit others who feel they belong there too, would fit in with your digital ecosystem and digital corporate culture too. The X factor of your coaching business, which I've discussed before in previous videos on this channel, sets you apart for sure, but this is like putting another layer of icing on the cake of your business branding based success. The ideal customers who become community members of yours will start using the words amongst themselves. Then during your live streams, replays, in the comments sections and threads in your YouTube videos and social media posts, seriously, once this sort of thing takes root, it'll appear everywhere. It can really help you to build not just a platform, but a true tight-knit community that doesn't just love you and what you do, but they love the community of other similarly situated folks they're a part of too. That all boosts what I call the KLT factor, or the know, like, and trust factor. And trust me, the higher the KLT, the better your sales can be, both up front with those who are sufficiently motivated to buy now, and down the road when more of your ideal customers either become ready to buy or they're fiscally capable of buying your offerings from you if, say, they were motivated to earlier, but a purchase wasn't fiscally possible or responsible up front for them. Communities keep everyone together and help to keep you and what you do top of mind as a respected, custom crafted solution for folks just like them. Again, all true communities kind of talk differently. They have their own slang, their own idioms, their own catchphrases or sacred words. Having things like these serve as your slangy secret weapon over the similarly situated competitors in your space who don't have a clue about proper business branding yet. It's the kind of thing that when it comes to your brand slang, if you're a member of the community, you get it, and if you're not, you won't. If you're someone who should be a part of the community, when you're exposed to such language or wording, it will resonate with you and compel you to check things out more. And if you're not an ideal customer, you'll likely be repelled, but that's okay. Remember, if you try to be the coach or brand leader for everyone, you're too broad, too vanilla, and you won't get digital traction, either algorithmically via search and suggested, or with the humans themselves that'll go, meh, and move on. When you try to sell to everyone as the old marketing and sales axiom goes, you'll end up selling to no one. But when your platform and community feels custom and exclusive, it will grow better over time. Sacred slang tips. Whatever words you're going to come up with that's sacred to your community only should be used by you in a way that's persistent and consistent. You're using your slang in every live stream or close to it. You're using your slang in every video on YouTube or close to it. You're using it often or like in every caption you write for social media posts to drive traffic to your email list opt-in page, right? If you don't use your community's slang persistently and consistently, members will not feel like the community or your X factor or you or all of those things are a thing, if that makes sense. And then they're just going to sound like random when talking amongst themselves and or others who aren't a member of your community yet. And there's nothing too different or exciting about you to attract ideal customers to you, to your digital ecosystem of free and paid content, or to your community itself, you know? Members or prospective members won't take root in the community you're trying to grow if you're not intentional about it. Look, you could have your slang being a slogan like Nike's Just Do It, but remember to use it often just like Nike does. When you look at it in a vacuum, just do it actually sounds dumb, right? Like how broad? But if you're a Nike enthusiast, you're an athlete, or you're into sports or working out, you get it. And if you're not, well, it sounds like a vapid and dumb phrase, perhaps to you, and you don't get it and you're not moved to check out Nike's content or shop Nike necessarily. But your brand-based slang could really be all sorts of words that you use individually or as phrases that you create that only members of your community would get in a way that should make sense to them, given who your ideal customer is and the main pain point that they're struggling with to begin with. Then they're more motivated to become part of your tribe, to get involved and stay involved with that tribe, and then know, like, and trust you enough to invest in you and your offerings when they're ready to and feel safe enough to. So that's giving you some food for thought for sure. In the meantime, if you want more help in terms of distinguishing yourself from the crowd and increasing your trustworthiness in the eyes of your niche, I actually have a freebie for you to pick up called 10 Reasons Why You're Viewed as a Fake Guru and How to Gain Credibility and Customers Instead. And you can pick it up at don'tbeafakeguru.com. The link for you to score that freebie guide is in the show notes or the description down below. There you have it. This is my answer when it comes to the subject of how to build a professional coaching platform. Need more help? Be sure to check out these 2 awesome videos too, because they'll teach you great content marketing strategies that can also help to blow up your business. Enjoy.